Better materials are critical, but so is reuse of existing materials. So for example, if you happen to have a goatskin headboard you're getting rid of, maybe give it to someone who needs it instead. My next two guests, Renewal Workshop founder Nicole Bassett and Coyuchi CEO Eileen Mockus, believe there's a huge amount of room in the home industry, specifically in textiles, to look at the business differently and close the loop. Nicole's organization enables brands to go from linear business models to circular ones. Eileen will share why, aside from doing good, the circular business model makes sense. We'll also discuss supply chain, take-back programs, and why now is the right time for the textile industry to think about this important shift. Nicole is tuning in from Portland, Oregon, and Eileen is joining us from the new Resource Furniture showroom in San Francisco. Hi there.
Hi, Dennis. Great to be here.
Thanks for having us, Dennis.
I want to help set up the conversation around circularity so that our audience understands better what we're talking about. Eileen, I wonder if you could tell us what Coyuchi's been working on and help us better understand what led you to want to make things circular in your business.
Sure. Coyuchi launched our Second Home program, which is a combination of a take-back program and a renewal and recycle program where we work with the Renewal Workshop to renew and recycle our home textiles. And our interest in doing that was, as a sustainable brand, looking at ways that we can reduce our impact and support the longevity that we build into our product, wanting it to last a long time, and knowing that the consumer may likely tire of the item before its end of life. So that's what we're trying to address with our Second Home program, and it puts us into the circular space. We're launching our Full Circle blanket this fall, which is our first product that is using our own recycled fiber combined with organic cotton for a new blanket that will be out this fall.
And help me understand what were some of the complexities around finally being able to make a blanket like that possible for you.
So a few different complexities. The first one being that more of the product that we take back from our customers is able to be renewed, which is good, as I've learned along the way and through working with Renewal Workshop, that an item's highest value is in the form that it's currently in. So renewal is kind of first stage, and we sell our renewed products in our own retail store. The second challenge was gathering enough of the product to be able to have enough pounds to send it to a recycler and turn that into a new product. Then comes the logistical challenges, lining up our supply chain. They already had some experience with working with recycled fiber, so our blanket manufacturer was a huge help in getting this program together. But it's all new, that type of process where they are able to take our product back, recycle it into new yarn, and put it into a new product. It's a new process. So all of the challenges along the way, but really pleased with the result.
Fantastic. And Nicole, help us understand better the work that the Renewal Workshop does.
Yeah, so we started the company to enable brands just like Coyuchi to sort of access the dream of becoming circular into a reality by providing operations and guidance and strategy to our partners. So we're basically the operations partner for Coyuchi. So when Eileen came to us about 3.5 years ago and said, I want to bring circular to home goods, how do we figure this out? It took us a few years to get enough stuff left over that we could actually close the loop and get this blanket made out of old Coyuchi product.
So to your point, Nicole, why would circularity be a dream? What's the goal behind circularity, and why would that be an aspiration?
Yeah, so if you think about it, I mean, where we are in 2020 is sort of the culmination of the way the Industrial Revolution has occurred, right? We learned how to make things more efficiently and at scale and like grow. And at the end of the day, all the things that we make, there isn't somewhere for them to go next, right? Like we essentially are creating things where the ultimate ending is going to be in the landfill. And so what circularity does is it brings this idea of like, let's create product from the beginning, thinking through its multiple lives and where it will go in the end. So if you think, where will we be in 10 years from now? Like all products will have some kind of end game in mind when it's being designed at the beginning. So we can create an economy where we're not relying on new resources all the time, but we're actually leveraging the resources we've already built into products into new uses, new lives, eventually new raw materials, and creating revenue from that. So we don't always have to go back and get new products every time.
So Eileen, when you talk about this take-back program, you're literally talking about customers bringing back bedding that they've purchased in the past and returning it to you to ultimately be recycled. Is that right?
That's correct. So the take-back program invites the customer to send us back their product. They will get a discount on their next purchase from Coyuchi by sending back their old product. And we are primarily renewing that product with Nicole and her team at Renewal Workshop. But there's a quantity that we're not able to renew. You're going to have product that really is worn out, that may be stained. Those items are what are the opportunity for recycling. But the bulk of the product can be renewed because we're building in longevity from the start. Starting with organic fiber, making sure that the quality is built into the product, and that's what's going to allow it to have that reuse ability versus needing to just be discarded, recycled, and then unfortunately still a fair amount probably going to the landfill.
So Eileen, help me understand better when you say renewing a product. What does that really mean?
So it goes through a cleaning process at the Renewal Workshop, which Nicole could probably provide more detail on. And then we're taking that product, we label it as renewed product, and we're selling it to the customer at our retail store. It is sold at kind of roughly 40% off the original retail price of that item. And we're finding that the customer is interested in, it may be a color that we don't offer anymore. It may be a design that we don't offer anymore. Or they're looking for product that is more affordable than what they may be able to purchase from Coyuchi at full price. And it's an option for us to provide to our customer. And there's interest. There is definitely customer interest. We're seeing sell-through on everything that we bring into the store on the renewed product.
So this full circle blanket that you've created, do I understand that it's 52% recycled Coyuchi product, and then the rest is your organic Coyuchi product as well?
That's correct. So the recycled fiber is blended with organic cotton that would be just like you were starting from all new raw material. The spinner is able to blend that fiber together, creating the yarn that's then used in the finished blanket.
So, and Nicole, is that possible with a wide variety of textiles? Could people be taking down their draperies and sending them to you, and could they be renewed?
So renewal can happen for a lot of different product types. So we work with apparel and home goods and bags. What's very unique about where Coyuchi is on the recycling side. So Coyuchi's, a majority of the products that we receive are 100% organic cotton. And there are recycling options available for that. Because it's 100% pure of a material, we know what the input is. And that's where the recycler can actually do something with it. So that works really well, and that's why this program and this product is really unique. In general, though, a majority of products that you'll see in a lot of textiles, a lot of apparel, predominantly apparel, is blended materials. So you have like mixes of polyester and spandex and cotton and acrylic, all of those things together. And that makes it really difficult to recycle. So there's a lot of limitations when we get into recycling when we start dealing with blended materials.
So that's really the big challenge then for home textiles, for example. Most of them are some kind of blended material.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And Eileen, you mentioned earlier that you're seeing genuine customer demand for this. So this is people that are asking you for recycled product. Is that the kind of demand that you're seeing?
We're seeing demand for the ability to return the product. There is interest from customers wanting to be able to dispose of their products correctly, and we're giving them that safe alternative. And then for renewed product, we're seeing the demand. This is a new program for us. The Full Circle Blanket will be new this fall. We expect it to have the same interest as our current organic cotton products. It looks the same, it will perform the same, and we'll be testing what the response is to recycled content. You can find recycled content in some home textiles already. We have not participated in that because we've been focused on our own being able to use our own fiber for that. But there is still some interest in being able to use recycled fibers, similar to the recycled polyester that you see in a lot of performance apparel. And it's appropriate for being able to use it in home textiles as well.
Tell me what you're imagining coming out of this program for your business. Are you hoping to expand the amount of products that are renewed and recycled, and is that where you want to take your business?
Absolutely. We see that there is opportunity for us to continue to expand the renewed program, and then with the expansion of a take-back program, be generating more recycled product that can be put into other new products. Ultimately, we're looking for that ability to be fully circular with our programs, and that's going to take some time to get there. Also, open to the options that could start to form in the industry, where we partner with other companies that are also doing organic cotton bedding, and looking for ways that we can work together to be able to put that product back into the raw material supply chain. I sit in some conversations and some meetings where we're addressing the availability of organic cotton, and have to admit that it's frequently on my mind of we've already got all this cotton available to us. It just happens to be in the form of other products. And it would be great for us to be able to put that to use as opposed to it ending up in a landfill.
And so what would have to happen there? Some kind of outreach to encourage more people to bring back to you those materials?
I think it starts with some of the collaborations around how to create the systems that allow that take-back process to work better. For now, we're doing it on our own because we've got the ability to do that between our own retail store, our own website, and want to continue to encourage that take-back component of our business. When it comes to partnering with others in the industry, I think it's a matter of deciding that we can collaborate together, and certainly invite those conversations.
Nicole, you work with a lot of other companies, and you mentioned you work with fashion brands as well. What's most enticing about this process to companies that you work with? Do they just come at it from a sort of a philanthropic bent, or is there really good business in this process?
It's a great question. I see across the board that there's sort of a couple of elements that have to be in play. Having leadership from companies who, like Eileen and other CEOs, who recognize that the business that we're in is evolving, and new business models are evolving, and wanting to go make sure you don't stay stagnant in how your business generates revenue and how you access customers. Sustainability is another huge driver. A lot of companies are looking at reducing their impact in general, and then also not wanting to create landfill. I think that's another big piece of it. And then the consumer's moving there. If we look at how fast resale online has grown in the last few years, more and more people are becoming very pragmatic about why I don't need something new in this instance. Can I get it in good quality? And what I think brands have to offer is that they have this relationship already in trust with the customer. And so when customers are like, I don't know if I want to get this not new, if you can come straight to the brand, that makes it a lot easier. So we're definitely seeing this shift happen in both apparel. You'll see more in home goods, bags, and other sort of entities in this space are starting to say, hey, I'm willing to explore new business models and seeing it come to fruition.
Well, Eileen, to Nicole's point there, I would have thought bedding would be an extremely challenging category to entice people into buying renewed, or let's just be honest, in some form used or secondhand product, right? Tell me how you won people over to the idea.
Yeah, that's correct. It does have that question when you think about your bedding. What I would also say is that we also all will go to a hotel, we'll stay in Airbnbs. We are already using products that someone else has slept on, has used. And it's about the appropriate cleaning process and making sure that that's going to be safe. And I think that makes all the difference. We have had far less of that kind of ick factor in terms of the customer really understanding what we're doing when we share the background and the partnership with Renewal Workshop and the steps that they're taking to renew the product, which really does give the customer the assurance that someone's looked it over and it will work just like a new product will perform.
And Dennis, I can tell you a little more about our cleaning process, especially in home goods. So we have on site a cleaning technology that's liquid CO2. So it cleans the product without water. And it's a really cool technology because it compresses CO2 gas under about 800 PSI. So it's holding it in a liquid state. And then there's a detergent formulated for CO2. And CO2 cleans things better than H2O water because it's a finer material, and underneath that much pressure, you're killing all these microbes and things. So you're able to sort of remove the sort of ick factor with home goods cleaning. And then the other.
So you're able to remove the fear factor.
The fear factor, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then to the quality level, also we worked a lot at the very beginning of our relationship to make sure there was a certain quality standard that the consumer can expect. How we repair things or how we would fix something as well.
So Eileen, in the community that you've been building around this idea of circularity and trying to get other companies on board as well, what are you finding resonates most with people when you describe the effort that you've undertaken?
I think what we're finding is that it's an opportunity to extend the life of something, and that recognizing that customers do tire of the things that they own before the item wears out. And that's certainly true for Coyuchi products. And wanting to address that. There is interest, some of our wholesale customers that also sell other organic products have expressed interest in participating in the program with us. And that's where those conversations will start about how do we work together to bring more of those products back.
And Nicole, is it your sense that there is enough momentum towards this movement that it's coming one way or the other?
Absolutely. I think there was a lot of interest probably at the beginning of this year. And now with COVID and the pandemic and the economy shifting, more and more companies are recognizing that business as usual is not the way they're going to recover from this. And I would say we've had a huge increase of companies reaching out to us who are very curious about the business model, how to be thinking about things. And it makes a lot of sense. Brands already own and control this product that's in market. Why not get it back? Why not renew it? Why not get it back into the customer's hands so that you can still grow your business without having to generate new product? And it's a shorter supply chain. So there's, in a lot of ways, it really de-risks the ability for your company to grow. So yes, I see it. I see a lot of momentum.
Good. Well, I'm excited to hear that. Thank you both so much for taking the time to join us. It's been great speaking with you.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis.
A pleasure.